Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, it's okay.
Seeing as we're in a bit of a Sonic drought right now, with us knowing virtually nothing about Sonic X Shadow Generations and Sonic Movie 3... Hurry up! I thought what better time than now to go through his games with a more analytical eye. Starting with Sonic 1 for the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive if you dig. Now I must stress that for this video I played via the Sonic Mega Collection game on PS2, but for reasons you'll see later and because it looks nicer, I will be using footage from Origins. Also, I don't have a console recorder, so just keep that in mind that whilst you're seeing this one, in reality I was playing this one. And if I say something that doesn't quite match the footage you're seeing, that's why. Before we get to the game though, one thing I do like to do when I play a game is not look at the game right away, but actually go through the manual and see what it says about it. So let's take a look.
Alright, so here it is, and for this video we'll just be looking at the Sonic 1 portion of the manual. Oh, and hey look, it actually gives us a plot synopsis as well as the original release date. Yeah, spoiler alert, this manual gives us more story than the game itself. I mean, we know we have to stop Eggman because he's capturing animals, but that's about all there is to it. Then again, there's not really that much of a story here to begin with. I mean, it was 1991, so it's hardly the grandiose stories we get in games like Unleashed or Frontiers. But it is nice to know that there's some thought being put into the story, if not much. Right, what else is there? Oh, there's a list of the items you'll come across in the TV monitors throughout the levels, like the extra life, the invincibility, and the Super Ring Monitor?
Is that what it's usually called? Because I've always just called it the Ring Monitor or the 10 Ring Monitor. But apparently it's called the Super Ring Monitor? Let me know in the comments what you call it, because that's the first time I've heard of it called the Super Ring Monitor. It's just weird.
Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked, so let's look down here at the special secret zones. That's right, before Sonic 2 introduced special stages, we had the secret zones. Why that name? A giant ring appears after you take 50 rings to the end of the stage, which in the first levels you'll probably manage to do, so it's hardly a secret. Once you know, you know. Either way, it tells you that your aim is to get the Chaos Emeralds and avoid the gold blocks.
Gold blocks. Yeah, no, those are definitely circles.
That's basically all the manual gives you for this game, so there's not really that much else to talk about, except for this Sega ad thing. I mean, it shows off other Sega games like Super Monkey Ball, Spartan Total Warrior, and World Snooker Championship 2005? Okay. It also mentions Sonic Riders and Shadow the Hedgehog, but not Sonic Heroes for some reason. Guess they knew how bad that game was even then, huh?
And that's about it when it comes to the manual. So now, let's finally get into the thing you've been waiting for. The one and the only Sonic the Hedgehog! No!
Sonic the Hedgehog! Not that one either! Sonic the Hedgehog, which after a nice looking and sounding intro screen, sends us directly into the first level of Oh God No. I get it, it's Sonic's first level and it's as iconic as the character himself, but I swear to God, if I see Green Hill with one more Sonic game, I'm gonna scream! Either way, we're here and running really slowly.
Now, as I said, I am playing this through Mega Collection, and if you can't tell by my brilliant smile, I'm British.
So that means my game ran slow throughout the entire experience due to PAL hardware. So although what you're seeing is this, it felt more like this.
I thought I'd mention that here at the start of the game because besides here and a few other levels early on, I didn't really run into that many issues with the slowdown. But either way, we're in Green Hill, the stage where original ideas come to die.
It's a shame really. If Green Hill hadn't been so overused in games like Forces and Frontiers, I'd actually be pretty happy to see it. The way he is now though, the level's fine. It's fun enough. I managed to get to the end with 50 rings, so I was able to get access to special, secret zone. You know, the secret that's at the end of every level every single time. Secret Zone 1 is pretty easy, but I've played this one enough times to know what I'm doing. And that's one emerald already. Let's see if I'm able to get them all this time. Act 2 is not too bad, still pretty simple and easy. Although I did find the secret at the start of the level. Pretty nifty, I guess. I was able to get to the definitely not secret zone at the end of every stage in Act 2 as well, so that's second emerald ahoy. The second secret zone is hectic as all balls, but I was able to get the emerald nonetheless. Act 3 isn't all that special, except for the fact that it's the first appearance of Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik in this game, and we fight him in the Egg Wrecker, or the Egg Mobile Hammer Ball specification? Okay. And he's pretty easy. Avoid the giant ball, hit him where you can, and you're done.
Overall, Green Hill Zone teaches you the basic rules of the game. challenges you but keeps it simple for the most part. It's a great introduction to Sonic's moveset and the physics. And then you get to Marble Zone.
I'm pretty sure I speak for most people when I say that as a kid I hated this level, and it makes sense why. You go from high-speed action in Green Hill with breakable walls, loops and ramps to build up your speed, to slow platforming above lava and waiting for blocks to move. And I'm playing on Mega Collection, so for me it was even slower, although I did find this cool secret in Act 1 that got me 2 extra lives, so that was pretty cool. I also got 50 rings again. Is that Mario? Yahoo! Secret Zone 3 is stressful, but I just barely managed to get it. It also has this part at the very beginning where the bumper combined with the rotation of the stage sends you straight into the goal orbs, so that's fun. Act 2 is just more of the same stuff you did in Act 1, the only new thing are these swinging platforms. That's it really. There's a cool lava chase moment at the beginning, and of course because I'm a Sonic 1 master, I got to the end with 50 rings. Secret Zone 4 is simpler than 3 but still challenging nonetheless. Still got the emerald though. Act 3 is a gauntlet of obstacles you've already faced, but this time they're thrown at you in combinations. Whether it be the swinging platforms over lava with fireballs shooting up, or spikes shooting out of the ground next to crushing pillars and collapsing floors. It's difficult all to lead up to the fight with Robotnik and his new Egg Scorcher. It's pretty simple, you just avoid the fiery shoots at the ground and hit him when he approaches you for a quick but challenging victory.
Marble Zone is a welcome change considering it teaches you to deal with more stressful and tense platforming moments, which, trust me, will be needed in future levels.
Springyard Zone is the obligatory pinball stage of the game, and it's a good time with lots of rounds allowing you to play with Sonic's momentum and bumpers everywhere for you to bounce off of. Pretty fun level in my opinion, although I got bullshitted out of the Secret Zone here. Oh well, I'll get it next time. Kind of annoying though, placing an enemy on a platform above a spring, like come on, what was I supposed to... Oh. Kinda harsh, don't you think? Oh god, help, I can't move, I'm stuck, I'm gonna die! Act 2 is just more of the same stuff that was in Act 1, so not really much to say here. Except I actually got to go to the Secret Zone. It has a penis. Secret Zone 5 is more like Zone 4 than any other, so it wasn't too hard. I lost right at the end. In Act 3, the shield item finally appears. Would have been useful, you know, 2 levels ago. It's pretty difficult, and by that I mean I got hit a few times, but it's all a lead up to the third boss, the Egg Stinger. He picks up blocks that make up the platform you're standing on and destroys them. What I personally like to do is wait on the furthest left one and wait for Eggman to come down to get a few cheeky hits on him. Doesn't stop the boss from being easy as piss, but it's still kinda cool.
Springyard Zone all in all is a fun stage. It's like a combination of Green Hill and Marble Zone. You know, you have a high-speed action with ramps and springs to send you at the highest speed possible, but also slower and more precise platforming like in Marble Zone. Well, we're officially halfway through the game and we've already got 4 emeralds, so hope nothing slows our roll too soon. Oh god. Oh god, no. No, not this. No. No!
Oh god, it's Labyrinth Zone! If there was a singular level in all of gaming that defined childhood trauma, it's this one. Remember what I said in Marble Zone about it teaching the player about stressful and difficult platformings that would be needed in future levels? Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. It has it all. Enemies that jump out of the ground, spears that extend from the walls, floors and ceiling, and of course, slow movement in water and drowning.
But lucky for you, I'm the self-proclaimed Sonic 1 master, so I know a secret to make this level shorter.
All I have to do is jump here, kill these enemies, push the button, use this platform to go up, avoid the spikes, and voila! A secret platform has appeared for me to ride. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get 50 rings through this path, so there goes the emerald yet again.
And sadly, there's no cool path for Act 2, so I have to do that one the normal way.
And I still couldn't get 50 rings. Guess it goes to show how shit this level is.
Now, the cool thing about Act 3 is that, much like Act 1, there's a secret path that lets you skip a decent chunk of the level.
Just jump over these spikes, follow the block down, do this, and you're at the boss. Well, I suppose it's less of a boss and more of a chase against the Eggmobile, as water slowly rises and spikes and fireballs come out of the walls. Luckily, I know a cool trick to make this easier, and it is to... damage boost. Yeah, no, this one sucks.
And that's Labyrinth Zone. An annoying level which, luckily, if you're good at the game, you can skip.
Starlight Zone might just be my favourite level in the game, mostly because it's a combination of all the other levels you've been playing so far. It's got ramps that build up your speed and loop like in Green Hill, slow moving platforms and fireballs shooting out like in Marble Zone, precise and high-up platforming that makes use of Sonic momentum like in Springyard Zone, and stressful segments and annoying enemies like in Labyrinth Zone. You actually can't kill any of the enemies in this zone, so your best bet is to run past them and just get to the end, which I managed to do and with 50 rings no less, so let's see if we can get that emerald. And I failed again, and at this point I've kind of given up, because seeing how the next zone is an absolute bitch to keep 50 rings in, I'm not holding out much hope. Never mind, I actually managed to get through to Act 2 with 50 rings. I actually have a chance here. Damn it. And here we are with the penultimate boss, the Egg Spider.
And this one's tough, because it requires you to do something that not many Sonic fans like to do. Think.
It's pretty easy nonetheless. And we're finally here at Scrap Brain Zone. Wow, we got here really quickly. And let me tell you man, this stage has it all. Traps galore, unkillable enemies, and spinning platforms, just to say a few. It really keeps you on your toes for the entirety of the level. I actually managed to keep 50 rings through this level, but for some reason the secret ring didn't show up here, so I guess I can't get any emeralds. Act 2 is really hard, with saw blades, treadmills going in both directions, fire shooting out of the ground, and electricity to watch out for. But I managed to get through it all without dying, so that's cool. You actually get a cutscene after this level, showing Eggman pressing a button and dropping the floor from beneath us, plunging us into Scrap Brain Zone Act 3. Or as I call it, Labyrinth Zone Act 4.
But much like Labyrinth Zone Acts 1 and 3, there's a secret path that lets you skip a decent chunk of the level.
All you have to do is hit this button and spin underneath here, go through this difficult path, and boom, you're done. The entire last level of the game is done in just about a minute. What is this, Sonic Forces? And here we are in the final zone. We have no rings and we're pinned against the Egg Crusher. You have to look for Eggman in these, crushers, while avoiding these electric balls, and it's pretty tough. After a few rounds of that, we beat Eggman and send him to the inevitable sequel and finish the game.
You know, I actually didn't used to like this game all that much. I mean, compared to Sonic 2 and 3, it was easy to see this game as a neglected child that Sega didn't care about too much. But through me playing this again and making notes for this review, I've gotten a new fondness for this game, and I actually wouldn't mind playing it again sometime. Maybe I'll actually be able to get all the emeralds. But before we go, I would like to just take a tiny bit of your time more to talk about something I've neglected to mention until now. The music.
Green Hill Zone, if it hadn't been done to death by now, I would have said it's pretty good, but nowadays it's just okay. Nothing to write home about, but a good song to start off the game. Marble Zone is really weird. Not only is it a slower pace, much like the level itself, but it also sounds sort of ancient? Which I guess matches the theme of the level, and considering the composer only had images of these stages to go off of, I guess it kinda makes sense. Springyard Zone is amazing. It's such an upbeat and energetic song, and I guess for the first pinball stage in the series, it matches quite well. Not much to say really, just a really good song for a really good level.
Labyrinth Zone gives me PTSD.
I mean, it's good, and it matches the theme of the level and the underwater ruins aesthetic pretty well. And I think I speak for all Sonic fans when I say I don't like this song. Also, Radical Soda has forever ruined the song for me, so thanks a lot. Starlight Zone is the best song in the game. It just so happens to go with the best level in the game. Yes, I said it, fight me. And it matches with the story landscape perfectly, with its almost magical sounding music. Overall, it's fucking brilliant, what can I say? Scrap Brain Zone really emphasizes that it's the final level. It's much more intense and heavy as a song, and it really matches the theme of the final level. It adds an element of urgency to the stage, as if it's telling you to hurry up or it's game over. All in all, a really good song to wrap up the main level themes. Final Zone lets you know it's the final boss by taking the same instruments used in the regular boss theme and remixes it into a song worthy of being the finale.
And that's about it for Sonic 1. Compared to its older brothers, it falls short, and it's clearly the worst of the original classic games. But I would recommend it for anyone who wants to get into Sonic. Then again,